Broadcasting live from the mixed-up world of Hyrule, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer League. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Bobtastic, and joining me today on commentary is Jex Raffi. How you doing?
I like FEARAgent's his little preparatory standby, because I think it's about to rain here, with it being cross keys today.
Yeah, I'm not super well versed in this particular tournament, but I can only assume that's Vince McMahon.
You would be correct in that assumption.
Like, who would be in a ring air arena like that with that kind of money other than, like, former president or current presidents of the United States?
Yeah, but that's not really what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about FEARAgent from Team Kappa versus Vertz from the Grouchy Old Men, and the whole reason I was trying to get there was because this is Cross Keys week, and I know this is a personal favorite of yours, Dr. Bob.
Oh, yeah. Cross Keys is my absolute favorite thing.
All right,
Both runners getting Quake from the house. Looks like FEARAgent is doing an opening I like to do, and Vertz is just kind of doing the good old Uncle Standby route.
Yeah, what Fear's trying to do here is fake Flipper, go check the potion shop, and then go check where you would normally Houlihan from. Right.
And potentially actually do the Houlihan room. Because, of course, even in just plain key sanity, I kind of like doing the Houlihan room just because money can be a little more scarce.
And we got Vanilla Uncle today. Uncle giving a little bit of love. And $20, and Potion Shop has a dark room.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, not gonna go through that dark room just yet, though I wouldn't be surprised to see him maybe try it after doing this next room, unless they actually go for the Houlihan route.
Alright, in the center of Hyrule Castle is
Ganon's Tower! Hello!
When did this become inverted?
Oh boy. So Ganon's Tower right in Sphere 1. Unfortunately, there's really only 2 chests you can check in here, and it's got the small key to Hyrule Castle in it. That is bizarre.
Bizarre, but interesting.
Yeah, the Hyrule Castle small key actually does have some bearing on logic. Things like Zelda's Cell and the Boomerang Chest are not technically in logic without that key. And we've got Pyramid Sank.
It feels like every Cross Keys practice race I've had has been Pyramid Sank.
Man, I love me some Pyramid Sank. It sort of increases the odds of required bunny shenanigans. And I love me some bunny shenanigans.
Speaking of which, we saw the map to Turtle Rock. We got Green Pendant Turtle Rock, and we got a Fire Rod on the Pyramid.
Okay, Fire Rod Pyramid, that is also a huge deal. Now, I think, unless they updated it, the entrance randomizer, as of right now, doesn't actually use the advanced logic. So things like the Dark Cross aren't actually in logic in Cross Keys with the Fire Rod yet. But could definitely happen.
Yep.
I don't know for certain. I haven't really looked into it. Yeah, that being said, FEARAgent has now also found Ganon's Tower.
Yep. To be honest, I kind of in that same boat. And Vertz forgetting that he's a bunny, so he can't open chests.
It is theoretically possible to open that chest as a bunny, but you kind of need a mirror, or you can damage into the door. Both of those will put you into a state that we call Super Bunny. which a lot of people will know from Super Bunny Cave, because that state is also granted by falling through a hole indoors. That would be the Bumper Cave that Vertz just found. But yeah, with a single heart, there was basically nothing that Vertz could do to get damaged Super Bunny there. He was gonna die.
Vertz was gonna head over to Kakariko, but now turns around. Gonna go head over to the Light World Hype Cave.
Making use of the bombs while he has them, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got another connector here. He's gonna go for it. Appears to be taking sort of a depth-first approach. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're totally alright. But
that's a fun spot.
That is a fun spot. At least as your song would remind us at this point, at least he can go back through the door.
Yep. There is that. So that fire rod is absolutely in logic for any player to get. Because sometimes you are required to do things as a bunny in this game, or in Cross Keys. So, for example, the Sick Kid. If you can reach the Sick Kid as a bunny, and you have a bottle, you can get the Sick Kid's item. Theoretically, the pedestal is in logic as a bunny if you are playing inverted Cross Keys. So that's fun. And that guy, Sahasrahla, is in logic as a bunny, but he's in the Light World. Unfortunately, Vertz did not have any bombs going in there.
Yeah, used the bomb on the connector, so ran out. And that's all he can do at this point, so he nopes.
Oh yeah, Hype Cave NPC, that's another great one in logic. Interestingly enough, my actual favorite is the fact that you can purchase and use the big bomb as a bunny.
Wow.
And I believe the logic will handle being able to open Pyramid as a bunny like that, but it doesn't account for being able to open any other bomb-locked location as a bunny like that. But you could, because the big bomb will blow up normal bomb walls. It's really dumb, and I love it.
Hey, if you got $2,000, like some of these seeds you can, hey, you got the cash to spare, might as well do it.
Yep. Anyway, Vertz now farming bombs here south of the Grove. That is a non-trivial amount of bombs, and I think he went 4 for 4 there. Oh, nice. Hello.
Hello, Laser Bridge.
Vertz found himself another connector. Now, the Laser Bridge is going to be an interesting scenario here because no boots, so you're going to have to do some bootless laser skips. The first and fourth chests on Laser Bridge can be acquired using a special iframes strat.
Yeah, thing about lasers is when you have less than 4 hearts, it's a one-shot.
Yep. They do 4 hearts to green mail. Okay. Big key of Ganon's Tower found for Vertz in Blind's hut.
Also got a cape, which gets some magic. That'll help with that safety door, and some arrows. And there's the front of TR at Agina. So hey, pretty easy. Go over to the front of TR, get that full magic decanter, and then go use your cape to go get the Laser Bridge.
There you go.
Race game holding a big key, so we're gonna need Mirror to pick that up.
Well, there is a possibility you get the connector to the back end there. But yeah. So yeah, we have the Blind's hut there at the front of the race game. That's where that was. And a bottle with Bees!
Oh no!
Inside
no.
the Sea House, which is the library today.
That was 2 years ago, and I'm still mad about it.
We got 100 rupees, a book, and a piece of heart in Sahasrah's closet.
And we got useless fairy and magic bats. And a shop at the Smiths.
Vert's gonna go ahead and fill up his bomb supply, because he is sick of running out of bombs. You know what one of my actual favorite entrances to find in Cross Keys is?
A shop? I don't know.
It's the capacity upgrade fairy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, spending a couple hundred rupees on some extra bomb capacity can really save you some time in Cross Keys.
Mm-hmm. And we
have a sword.
Sword?
And a heart.
Nice.
That was in the Pyramid Fairy Fountain, which ended up being in the wrong entrance of Ice Rod Cave. The area that some of us call the shopping mall. From way back in the day.
And here's Pod.
Okay. Palace of Darkness with no keys and no bow. And also nothing, no potion in the bottle. So if Vertz wanted to go right side, they would need to do a mimic clip here.
So Vertz, however, picks up an Agate Tower key. And
if anyone has seen me trying to do mimic clip, it's the worst.
There's a small key to Meyer from the sequence Broken Hobo. And hey, there's Eastern.
Well, there we go. Vertz finds another dungeon. Now this one will be able to clear significantly more of. 4 total chests are available, 3 of which are in logic. Fear's going to the Lake Hylia Island with that fake flipper. And of course, without several additional implements, going to be unable to get back off the island.
Nope.
Fear had a bow. He could have potentially gotten off the island if he had one more bomb. Oh!
We got hook shot in Eastern.
That is the best place to find the hook shot. Not even gonna lie.
And there's Thieves Town.
Yeah, Thieves Town appeared to be at the North Shore there. So a lot of these dungeons coming up real early. But yeah, that particular location is a chest that you like to use the hookshot to get to if you can. And of course, it has to be there. And we've got the Cane of Brian, or Berna, inside Thieves Town. So that is both of our nice little invincibility items right there.
Alright. Another heart container in Thieves Town. And a Master Sword. And Vert's gonna predictably Death Warp because can't really go any further in Thieves.
Alright, so Master Sword acquired for FEARAgent while Vertz is still sitting on not a 1. Gets a heart and takes a death.
Alright, so the divergence continues as Vertz is gonna stay in CAC. Fear, meanwhile, is heading over to the eastern area.
Oh yeah, Flute the Spooky is definitely a thing. That's a thing that was actually the way it was originally discovered. People would drop a block in the hole in the previous room, and then that would set it up, and you would fire at the anti-fairy at a different spot to make it go off in the next room.
All right. At this point, this is kind of how, for the first hour, this is pretty much how Cross Keys usually goes, is you're kind of just figuring out the world and just kind of looking and seeing what's around more than you are trying to actually, like, execute as much.
Yeah, basically the whole scouting out the map, figuring out every location that you need. There's an ice rod cave, there's a mire shed.
Big 20, red shield, and a compass.
Oh, swamp.
Single arrow and another compass. And Vertz is gonna wisely let go of the beat. Well, I thought he was gonna let go of the beat. Oh!
He's gonna do it right here. Get himself 100 rupees.
Now he will use that to get $5 back.
That is how you buy the bottle vendor's item, with a bee to the face.
And then you throw the bottle in, and the fairy today doles out green potions.
Well, that is a solid play there from Vertz.
And
all right, Fear employing Cana Burnistrats.
Got a 300. And Vertz is going to use that potion to potion glitch. And there's a pod small key on the laser bridge.
All right, so if pod needs to be beaten, or if something needs to be grabbed from pod, then you're going to need at least 4 small keys to clear the whole thing. Though to actually beat the dungeon, if all you need to do is go mode it, you can do it with just 1.
Well, there's another key on the desert ledge.
Yeah, but just because we're going into the desert main entrance doesn't mean we're anywhere near getting that key.
No, not really. Vertz accomplishes the mimic clip. He's got the red mimic over by a pot. Hey, there's Hookshot Cave.
Well, that is a nice thing to have when you have a hookshot. Unfortunately, FEARAgent does not.
He has not been to Kakariko yet, so that'll be a little bit.
I'm a little... Oh, yeah, that's why. I was going to say, I'm a little surprised FEARAgent didn't go through there, but you need 2 bombs to go through Hookshot Cave.
Alright, heart container. And some bombs. And that'll be it for Vertz.
Alright, FEARAgent following a connector. I believe Vertz followed earlier to the worst connection spot. We know there's got to be a connector there, and it's always dumb when you get it.
Vertz is now going to make his way into Thieves Town.
And FEARAgent is gonna go ahead and clear out Blind's Hut here. Be picking up that big key of GT. There's a really, really weird play someone could do where they go to GT and do a mimic clip there to go upstairs.
But do you want to?
No! No, I do not. Welcome to everybody coming in from Speed Gaming 3. Once again, we have another good old-fashioned cross keys race here today between FEARAgent and Vertz, the Team Kappa versus Team Grouchy Old Men.
We see there that Eastern is a 5-6 crystal.
Very nice to know.
So we will need a bow.
Yep. Now, Vertz here is going to go ahead and check the back of Sazra's closet. And he's already, or Fear already got this, but this is where the book happened. And as we recall, the book led to Hookshot Cave. So if Vertz heads over to Desert Entrance, we'll be able to see what's in Hookshot Cave.
I'm gonna move over to the ice rod area instead. We did find some stuff there, I think.
FEARAgent's, yeah, go ahead.
It burned his first key, although it didn't really find much with that. So now, if he has to full clear pod, he's gonna have to find 5 keys to do it.
Yep.
Oh, that's what the Master Sword was. Vert's gonna throw that bottle in there, and hey, more green potion.
Yeah. I wonder if they fixed the thing where if the two fairies appeared in the same world, they always gave you the same thing. That used to be a thing.
Well, today it is.
It's apparently still a thing.
According to Incoherent in chat.
Alright, so it looks like there was a GT small key in there as well, which does make GT a little bit friendlier, though I still don't want to do mimic clips, like ever.
No. Vert's finding safety door. Deciding to go cape. Burna drains less magic than the cape, but I mean, either will get the job done.
Yeah, it is possible to do it with the cape using less magic, though, because there's not like an upfront cost with the cape, whereas there is with Burna. So if you're really stingy with your magic use with the cape, you can make it be a little more efficient.
Ah, that would make sense. And Vert's now gonna head out. Meanwhile, Fear has his hook shot and is continuing on in Eastern.
And besides, Vertz is going to get to fill up his magic right here. Or he could just leave. Sure.
Or that.
See, what I would have done there is I would have filled up my magic and fallen in the hole.
Yep. Although
Just
I wouldn't.
In case I died on the way over here, because I don't want to come back.
Yeah, see, I would have. Instead of walking through the laser bridge, I would have taken the death there. But, you know, tomato, tomato, potato, bud. Oh yeah, Chad also bring up a good point. Basically, yeah, you can't warp your way out of. Oh wait, there's 2 hearts there. You can do it that
Yeah,
way.
looks like he's doing this the old-fashioned way. Though, I wouldn't check this connector first. Okay, maybe he's just going for the fairies.
Yep. Going for the fairy, and then he's thinking up. He's going through the connector.
Oh no!
Oh
Rick!
yes! Oh yeah.
There's four whole chests in there.
And it's gonna be a bit to go back for him.
All right, FEARAgent has located the big chest entrance of Turtle Rock, which, together with that hook shot, does put the Chain Chomp chest in logic.
Yeah, I believe Vertz found that earlier. I think that's in Kakariko. Like I said, it's in Kakariko.
Well, looks like we got a couple of people doing roughly the same thing. It does turn out that the lava chest doesn't really have anything important. You won't often see people stealing the key and skipping that in cross keys, because the way especially when Turtle Rock is very accessible. Looks like FEARAgent has located another Ganon's Tower small key.
Still doesn't make you want to mimic clip. Also, really, until we find either the cane or the hammer, we really can't get much further in GT anyway.
Right. I did not realize that Quick Swap was going to be on.
That quick swap is always on for entrance tournaments.
Well, it's for the entrance tournaments, but this is a tournament that has entrance in it. I was confused.
Eh.
Well, now I know.
The more you know.
Oof!
Second
Vertz
death.
takes a beating.
Yeah, that was the second death for him there. Vert's gonna have to be careful here. And Fear gonna get his green potion. Vertz using the cape to get through the chain chomps. Or at least wanting to. Gets it.
Alright. Vertz acquires the key, and we are off.
Apparently it was also available for Mystery Seed.
right.
So we got Smith at the fortune teller. Fear using the knowledge of the connector to get to desert a lot faster.
That is the one time I have ever seen that connector be useful.
And the Lost Woods Shack is where the roasting of the pig will commence about 2.5 hours from now.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, I think Vertz is going to go check the pedestal.
Oh, boy. We got a map of Meyer.
And a mirror.
We got a mirror. Speaking of pod keys, we had a big key to pod on the left and a small key to pod on the pedestal.
So, technically a ped seed if pod is a crystal, but don't think either of our runners are going to be picking that one up.
I sure hope you know how to hammer jump. Yeah, pod absolutely must be a crystal because of the small key on it.
Oh yeah, that is true.
And we've got Misery Meyer in the log for Vertz here, and he's going to go inside for a bit. He's got that hook shot.
Fear, meanwhile, going to use that mirror to go up to where Agate Tower is and get those 3 doors taken care of.
Oh, yeah, that is a very, very effective use of the mirror.
I thought I saw...
with.
That was a super fast map check, but I thought I saw Meyer was a pendant. And there's Hyrule Castle.
Interesting, yeah.
And there's the last entrance to Turtle Rock. The more abusive entrance to Turtle Rock.
And Vertz just found the second Agate Tower key.
Alright. Fear, having checked all 3 doors, is now going to head into Hyrule Castle. And with that small key, as you were pointing out earlier, everything is in logic at this point.
Turtle Rock, big key, also found for Vertz over here in Meyer. So that big chest that we found a while back, we can go open that thing. And that also does grant us access to the Crystal Roller Room.
Vertz ran out of magic. Now gonna chuck the potion.
Luckily, he's got this whole fairy backing him up, chucking out potions like they're on sale.
Hey, we got tempered.
That is a very nice thing to find in a chest that is technically not in logic just yet.
No, you need all 3 Meyer keys in order to get there. But of course, when has the logic ever stopped our runners from breaking it?
Yeah, never. Especially when it comes to Meyer. The only time I ever think about Meyer key logic is when for some reason the game has handed me all 3 real early, and then I'm like, okay, let's go to Meyer, see what they've got.
Mm-hmm. Alright, we got another bottle at Zelda's cell, so Fear is now going to make his way through dark sewers. And considering that you need 7 crystals to fall through the hole to get to the back of Escape, you're better off doing it now.
Yeah. So another pod key was there on the left of Meyer as well. So now technically, pod requires all 3 Meyer keys as well. Yeah, you don't necessarily need 7 crystals.
I mean, if you want to fall down the hole right now, you do.
Well, yeah, for the... to get the, to beat Ganon, yeah, but not to get into the pyramid. You just need to beat GT.
Oh, right, duh.
Which you could theoretically do right now, which would be the dumbest, and I love it.
Sorry, mistakes, you know. Well, it was a whole lot of nothing anyway. Now time to start going through doors.
Yep. Alright,
Citizen
left entrance is...
Mire Shed.
So we found our way to the Mire area. We can get that key on Desert Ledge.
And there's...
Paradox Cave. Interesting.
And Lumberjack Ledge is vanilla, and it only has a heart container.
So much for needing both Agate Tower keys.
I mean, you may still need them.
Hey, mini Moldorm Cave found for Vertz. 5 glorious items here. Alright, so Fear is mirroring to the entrance of Desert. Ho! Vertz finds a glove, the small key to Thieves Town, and a big key to Eastern.
Alright.
Oh! There's probably the most important small key in the game right there, the Swamp Small Key. Sitting there on the ledge. Alright, so Vertz has located the Spectacle Rock Cave observation entrance, finds a map, and then decides to head back in to check the entrance itself, or to check the exit.
Fear, meanwhile, is gonna continue on in Paradox and gonna see what entrances we can get through. Where Vertz, meanwhile, is gonna now end up there.
Ooh, middle of Paradox there, letting out at the floating island in the Dark World.
Very interesting.
And FEARAgent's just gonna go for it.
He's gonna go. There's Sick Kid.
Oh ho!
With another glove! That technically isn't logic, right? Yeah, that technically isn't logic because there's the Moon Pearl!
I mean, you don't need the Moon Pearl to check Sick Kid, but I think you technically needed the Moon Pearl to get through Paradox Cave. Like, it doesn't want you to have to go through those mini Moldorms without a pearl, without some way to defend yourself.
Then I guess there's another way up the mountain then.
Well, I think we found the other entrance to Spectacle Rock. Oh, it's Spiral that's not in logic. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that was the means to go get ye old Moon Pearl. Alright, well there's the upgrade shop. Or the Pond of Happiness, technically, is his name.
I mean, it makes me quite happy. I don't know about you.
Eh.
That is true. You cannot go through the bottom with the mirror in logic of Paradox Cave. Another Turtle Rock small key
And
for
Hera
FEARAgent.
And Hera is Agate Tower. Or no, Hera was that place that FEARAgent went through, getting my runners and rooms crossed. And hey, piece of heart and a 300 on Ether tablet.
Well, this seed is doing these runners pretty solid as far as allowing them to check entrances as they go and various items. Now we'll see if Vertz can light a torch here in the second room of Agate Tower.
It's not that... There he goes. There's a couple there. So it's not hard to get it. Map to ice.
Vertz, what are you doing? Oh, he's taking death. Okay.
No, I think he's still going.
Why?
You've got 2 Aga keys, and he hasn't checked the Aga ledge?
I thought he was the one who checked it. Maybe
Oh wait, he was? Oh wait, no, you're right. He was the one that checked it. So, reasons?
Oh, well, maybe he's going through for an easier way to take a death warp.
That could...
Because in the room with the maze, you can't always get them to cooperate and run into you. In the next room, they're literally just all running at you all the time at the same time.
They're very cooperative in terms of running into you.
So both runners kind of making their way through Death Mountain. Oh, and there's the right side of Hyrule Castle. So we now know where that is. FEARAgent finds the ferry connector at the old man's home.
Which, now that I think about it, that could also be... No, you would need the hammer. In terms of logic to go get that Moon Pearl. I think the way Fear did it is the way it's supposed to be done. Because unless we find the hammer, you would need the hammer to assume that you had to go through right side. Oh, hey, here's back to Skull Woods. Oh, hey, Fear can clear back of Skull Woods.
So the mirror and the sword were both in Misery Mire. No, the mirror was in
Hookshot.
The mirror was in Hookshot Cave, and the sword was in Misery Mire. One that they haven't gotten. And Misery Mire was in the Lost Woods, log, the little gamble game that's there. And Hookshot Cave was in the desert main entrance.
And FEARAgent doing the Jex Refi approach to doing the Back of Skull Woods, which is if you suck at Mothula, you know where those hearts are.
I want to think that FEARAgent still has a green potion on him, so he might be able to, apply some major fire rod strats here.
He also was at Zelda's cell, and I think there was a bee there too. There was another bee in a bottle.
That is true.
But instead, gonna go with sword beams.
Yeah, that's certainly not a bad way to go. He's going to take 16 hits with it, but it does allow you to stay quite a bit out of.
Doing good. Nope.
Oof. There goes the sword beam.
And here's where it gets harder. There we go. Get a compass for your troubles and a pendant.
Well, I mean, if your assessment of Misery Mire there was correct, we kind of know where all of our pendants are.
It was such a brief check, I wouldn't trust it until I see it again.
All right. FEARAgent has found the left entrance of Desert Palace. Ooh.
That's interesting.
Yep, the lamp is sitting there on the torch. Could be unfortunate for anybody who is not a huge fan of dark rooms.
GFE pointing out that is a torch on a torch.
Fair enough. Alright, we're going to get some checks of dark West Death Mountain.
Spike Cave having the bomb shop. Eastern and Pod are your 5-6 crystals.
Yep, I believe somehow we had that information already, but there we go. Ooh, Super Bunny Cave, and that's a pretty nice place to find Super Bunny Cave if you were just gonna, you know, mirror or go somewhere else afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, once again, not having much in the way of items.
Okay, Vertz has found Mire Shed, which we saw earlier, I think. Yep.
Alright, so Vertz appears to be checking some of the Eastern Palace area shenanigans. There's not much over here, if I recall correctly.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so Fear's going to be taking the doors out of Desert now.
I don't think he's checked the right one. Or it was the left one, and the center one is Curiosity Shop. We have not seen that one. We hadn't seen either of them.
Yeah, he'd only come in through the left. Okay, found the Turtle Rock mirror ledge, or the connector ledge, which gives you access to Mimic Cave entrance, King's Tomb here.
Just a big 20.
Then you can, of course, take the connection across, see what's there, and also perhaps look at Spiral Cave entrance.
Another shop.
That was the Curiosity Shop, which we just saw the entrance counterpart of earlier.
Mm-hmm. No, Fear, having not been down here yet, is not going to start doing these rooms. Only has one Aga key, so he will be able to do the 2 items, but will be forced out after he gets them. So at this point, we are 10 minutes away from being an hour in this race between FEARAgent and Vertz. So while we're doubling back over places, everyone please be sure to give both of them a follow on Twitch. They're putting in extra duty, giving us a lot of entertainment tonight, so they certainly deserve those follows. Hey, there's...
Yeah, it was like,
well.
I'm pretty sure the well is at Sanctuary, and nobody's been there, despite the amount of gloves that we have.
I saw a big key to swamp, and I think I saw a small key to desert.
I believe it was a small key to Turtle Rock in the map of desert.
Ah, that's right. My bad.
FEARAgent walking in, buying bomb upgrade.
And arrow
And
upgrade.
an arrow upgrade.
Hey, you got the cash at this point.
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
So FEARAgent finds the building that I like to affectionately call Hotel Mario.
Now the key question is, can you leave Hotel Mario?
Yeah, it's much better than Hotel California.
Okay, good.
Alright, so FEARAgent now going to take his path to Mire again. Going to be able to check the checkerboard cave. Why is it called Hotel Mario? Because it's got a bunch of beds and a dude that looks like Mario. And there's a game called Hotel Mario that was released on the CDI.
You have to remind me about the CDI.
I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, FEARAgent, more importantly, now that he has the Moon Pearl, will now be checking those 7 items in Paradox Cave that we couldn't get to earlier.
To be fair, Hotel Mario was actually one of the better licensed Nintendo games for the Philips CDI. We don't talk about the Zelda ones. They don't actually exist.
Alright, small key to Pod. Small key to GT.
Mini Moldarm's not cooperating with the bombs today.
Piece of heart, sticks, riot shield, map to Thieves Town, small key to Hera.
Mm-hmm. That is an entrance we have yet to see, I believe. We have found Thieves Town, we found Misery Mire, we found all 4 entrances of Turtle Rock. We found the back to Skull Woods. We found Pod. We found Eastern. We haven't found the back of Desert. We haven't found Hera, and we haven't found Swamp.
And now Vertz is going to see the back of Skullwoods.
Vertz has the tempered sword, which is a very nice addition to have for Skull. Oh, and FEARAgent is giving us a peek at the old man's home where it drops us off, because that's one of the ways you can get to different connectors is just rescuing the old man and being dropped off there.
All right. And Vert's forgetting, hey, when you can't death warp when you have a fairy.
Ah, so it actually was possible to get over here to the race game without the pearl, because there was a connector. The bumper cave connector actually went to the back of the race game.
And I think we're about to see what that connector leads to.
I mean, I think we've seen it.
I don't think we have.
Reasonably certain we have. Pretty early on.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you did the words.
Though I don't know if anyone's checked the actual entrance of Pod.
I mean, there were bunnies at the time that couldn't.
Yeah, but I mean, since the Moon Pearl happened, FEARAgent could have done that. But, I mean, if you want to go check Pod, you can just start from Sank.
Yeah. And honestly, at this point, you don't have the hammer. So starting from Sank, you can't get here yet. So it makes sense to kind of prioritize this when you have another way to get to Pod area. And there's the desert small key.
Alright, Desert Small Key, technically required by logic to complete Desert. But no one actually cares about that. But it's definitely something you want to find if there's something important on the right side of Desert.
Alright, Vertz is into his Mothula fight. FEARAgent gonna check South Grove Cave. And that's Hera.
Alright. So we have the small key. So you could check the basement. There's nothing wrong with that. You can also go and beat the boss with the good old Hera pot trick.
No, there's nothing here. And I see Fear pulling out a bomb. And trying to kill stuff, which usually means Hera pot.
Alright, I need to learn what setup people use for this. Doesn't seem like a good landmark for me to use there. Anyway.
Yeah, there's a different one I use, but I mean, it essentially accomplishes the same thing. And $20 there.
Alright, so we'll get to face off against Moldorm. Not gonna lie, I was about to say Mothula, which is something I do a lot.
Or as I like to say, Fear is about to take a ride on the roller coaster. But 3 Master Sword spins and that ride is done.
Ooh, a big key, this time to Thieves Town.
Nice.
And, okay, it was not FEARAgent that found the small key to Thieves Town. That's, I believe, in Mini Moldorm Cave, which was at the Lumberjack's home.
Okay, now that I got a longer view, we can clearly see Meyer is the other pendant, so yes, we know what our pendants and crystals are at this point.
All right, so we can start sort of like piecing together the go mode puzzle.
Which
We're gonna need a bow, and we're gonna need the Desert Palace Big Key. We're gonna need the Eastern Palace Big Key,
which
we're
we
gonna
have,
need-
which Vertz has found.
Right, we have that already. You're right. And we're gonna need to find Ice Palace,
Yep.
and we're gonna need to find Swamp and the Dam.
Which we're gonna need hammers for both of those dungeons.
Yep.
We'll need flippers also.
Right, for Swamp. And no, the diver down glitch does not allow you to skip the flippers.
Nope.
You can get into the water in the front area with it, or without the flippers, but you can't get out.
Meanwhile, Vertz over at the Dark World Lumberjack Shack is the potion shop today.
Looks like Vertz actually did find Swamp as well, while I wasn't looking.
Yeah, it was at the Dark Chapel.
Alright, FEARAgent's gonna check the Bombos tablet. The Moon Pearl is up on top of Death Mountain. Hey, we got ourselves a flute. For FEARAgent.
We got a toot. We got a toot. Yeah, so basically you have to go to Paradox Cave. Okay, I forget how you get into Paradox Cave. The thing is you go into Paradox Cave as a bunny. You walk through Paradox Cave as a bunny. That door leads you to the floating island. You then mirror onto the top of the mountain, and that's where the Moon Pearl is, at the top of Paradox Cave entrance.
Speaking of entrances, we've got the Hype Cave entrance, which is just a ferry. So that's what it is in the light world. And our Bomb Shop entrance as well. There's your Dark Chapel. Oof. Alright, Vertz has found the other end of Super Bunny Cave. I didn't realize that was there.
E-Tap, you're correct. The mirror was in Hookshot Cave, which is in the front of Desert. Which Vertz has... I think Vertz has seen... But no, because he had the Hookshot at the time.
Well,
I think he went...
Yeah, but he went through the entrance. Like, he went...
Yeah.
He connected to it, and it connected to the bonk rocks near Link's house.
Oh,
so
yeah.
He was able to get back in.
Yep.
Now, Fear is going to go ahead and clear out as much of Thieves' Town as possible, but without that small key, he's going to be missing a chest.
Yep.
And the reason he went to the back first is because he was on one heart when he went into the room, and if he'd fallen down while going to the chests, he would have died. So instead, he went to go back to the hearts. He's like, oh, I'll check the exit here. No. You want to go for the chest first.
Nah.
Otherwise, you could get stranded and unable to head back in. There's always that random connection to GT sometimes. And you're just like, whoops.
Yeah.
Big 20 in the attic.
Fun fact, crickets are technically rats. So when they're in Light World, they squeak like rats.
Yep. They also hurt like rats in the light world. That is to say, not much at all. When they hit you, that is. Yeah, I wrote a song about getting cut off by an entrance without having checked all the chests. It was a thing.
Since you're modest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything about that because they don't want to sing it on here, and I'm okay with that. But
sorry, I got something caught in my throat. I was gonna say, since you're modest, I will say it is a glorious thing, and you should go check it out because we don't want Dr. Bob to sing it here and then not have Dr. Bob for his commentary.
yeah, I'll get fired. Anyway. We got a blind fight going on, and it looks like a pretty standard, well-done blind fight. Another bottle with more green goo for FEARAgent on blind. So that is another crystal for FEARAgent.
Alright, Vertz has found the dark shopping mall. Oh, excuse me. Forgot to mute.
Aha. Abusing moderator privileges there.
Alright. So Vertz, unfortunately, has got to go back to Hookshot Cave. That is the one thing. Oh, swag duck.
Alright, so FEARAgent activates the duck, and unlocks one more of the mobility puzzle here for Cross Keys. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of thought that goes into how you route different places in Cross Keys, and depending on what equipment you have. Fluting to a given location is not always the best way to get places.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying there's a lot of thought that can be put into it. I'm not saying you should or that you have to, but you can. You don't route Cross Keys routes you. That's actually fairly accurate.
Yeah, kind of accurate there.
Hookshot Cave is at the desert main entrance.
Alright. Fear is going to make his trek into Mire that we saw Vertz do earlier.
Alright, so FEARAgent gonna grab the other castle tower key, I believe, here. It is possible that Vertz just completely forgot to do Hookshot Cave. And thought, I've already been through there. Yeah, that's one of the things about cross keys. I can't even do cross keys without taking notes, and I usually, like for normal seeds, I don't generally bother with location trackers and things like that. But for cross keys, I do have to keep track of where everything is.
It's pretty much a requirement almost. Vertz, meanwhile, with the Turtle Rock Big Key, saw there wasn't much in that chest, and now gonna check Crystal Roller Room. Fear getting his bacon.
It's the Compass of Turtle Rock.
How convenient.
Which, of course, we knew before the text actually came up because the number on the screen appeared. Alright, so where's Vertz headed now? He's headed to the front of the tavern, which is our Palace of Darkness entrance. With those 3 keys in hand, that actually puts most of the things in the back in logic, of course, other than, say, the Dark Maze and the Harmless Hellway, but those wonderful items in the back are definitely in logic, say the Compass Chest and the 2 in the Dark Horseshoe.
I mean, since the lamp is blocked by the boots, I think it's 3 keys, because technically the logic right now doesn't expect you to be able to go in the dark and burn the 1 key on the Helmet Star, which you also don't have the bow, so you can't even get to that door anyway, so there.
Well, I mean, Vertz had the 3 keys, so...
There's $5 there.
Alright, so FEARAgent gets what he can in Mire, which, as we recall, simply contained the pod key and the sword. Those were the main items of interest there. Oh yeah, because in Zigger, if you save and quit at a dungeon, you reload right at that dungeon. Or if you save in a dungeon and then reload, you appear at the beginning of the dungeon. So it's very easy to save. It's very easy to scum keys. Alright, so FEARAgent picks up the Thieves' Town small key and the Eastern Palace big key, as well as the Titan's Mitts in Mini Moldorm Cave. So that's a pretty big deal.
Dark Maze, meanwhile, not giving us much. And Vertz is...
piecing right out, it looks like.
Or hammer yumping.
Okay, he's hammer yumping from the bottom, which is harder. But it's what a lot of people learned and got used to.
I mean, let's be honest, that's the only way I know how to do it.
I mean, it's the exact same from the top. You just get more time to do it.
Ah.
Oh, and I believe the pod big key was also in Hookshot Cave, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Either way, Fear has it and Vertz doesn't. Alright, there's the map to Swamp. And now for a Death Warp.
So FEARAgent also dealing with the Turtle Rock items we can grab here. And Vertz is going into Eastern Palace with the big key. Won't be able to finish unless, say, we have a vanilla bow situation.
Meanwhile, Fear is heading for Skullwoods.
Yeah, surprisingly, I think this is the first time we're going to get to see Skullwoods. Looks like the front of Skullwoods is, in fact, the vanilla entrance, which is what I like to. It's not quite vanilla bow. It is, in fact, the Misery Mire big key.
I was totally getting ready to say, hey, here's the vanilla bow situation.
Alright, another pod key for FEARAgent in Skullwoods. I believe that's a total of 5 now. All aboard the keychain? Is that a thing?
I like it.
Put like Hera big key in there. One nicely done thing by FEARAgent. I'm not sure if it was conscious or not, but hey, Ice Rod, that's cool. Anyway, not sure if it was conscious or not, but the doing the thing where you activate or where you kill the enemies in there and leave that fairy floating around kept the Wallmaster from spawning until he was already in the right position.
Didn't know that.
Not even gonna lie, was not even going for the stupid pun with Ice Rod, that's cool.
Fear's gonna check pedestal. $50 in the Meyer big chest. Fear has found his 6 pod key, sort of.
All right, so FEARAgent now going to vacate Skullwoods, like you do. And be heading over to North Dark World, which we've seen a lot of this checked by Vertz already.
Fear gonna fill up his potions while he's here.
Okay, back of desert located for FEARAgent. Though lack of desert big key preventing him from finishing.
Okay, Vertz. There's Swamp.
And Vertz unfortunately has not found that pod small key or desert small key.
Nope.
FEARAgent getting some more checks.
There's
The
Gina.
mirror access to Gina's cave.
Yeah, unfortunately, that hiccup with Hookshot Cave is really biting him right now.
Okay, Vertz is headed south. Will he head west? Does appear to be heading that direction. So maybe, just maybe, we will get ourselves a check on Hookshot Cave. Though I think he's going to check this entrance down here first.
Technically, since he's part of the grouchy old men, really wouldn't make sense for me to tell him to go west, young man.
Fair enough. How about go west, you crotchety geezer?
Yeah, no, seriously, geezer, go west! No, no!
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Feels bad, man, indeed. Maybe even feels Batman. Alright, so FEARAgent finds the other end of the bunny, or not the bunny, but the ferry connector. I'm pretty sure he's been this way. Maybe he just hasn't marked it down. Vertz is doing some fake flipper action.
Fear, meanwhile, going to check the village of Outcast area.
Right, Thieves Town, definitely a place you can't check without the pearl, and that is the dam.
Which means Swamp is open for business once we find some flippity flops.
Yup. Though it's not particularly well open for business without a hammer.
Well, that too.
But you can definitely get 2 items in there, and that is something that happens occasionally. And FEARAgent going to go for the brewery check. We've also got the Titan's Myth, so we can check blacksmith and all that mess.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Sticks on Zora Ledge.
This is going to be our first Scamfish check, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be that. Fear, meanwhile, is now gonna do his pod run. He still doesn't have the bow, so he can't finish it. Alright.
I'm told that this is pod racing.
So, we've searched all over Hyrule Country. The seed is making the runners angry. Oh, Vertz, you're in the wrong corner. You need to go there sooner. Hey, Red Boomerang. Man, I really screwed up that limerick.
Alright, so the red boomerang acquired from Zora. FEARAgent's going to do some potion glitching.
So, Jen, the reason why we're saying he needs to go to Hookshot Cave is because the mirror is there, and then you basically walk through... You have to walk through Paradox Cave as a bunny to get on the floating island, and then you mirror to the top of East Death Mountain, and that's where the Moon Pearl's location is.
Yeah, it's kind of straight up gross. I imagine FEARAgent intends to hammer Yump here. I'm pretty sure he's quite capable of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually used the number 4 to mark the Hookshot Cave because it's got 4 chests in it.
Alright. When Vertz was here, he didn't have said big key because of said mirror. So we're now going to see...
This will be the one difference here between the items acquired by these two runners.
And so...
Let's go 1 frame up.
So for those that have joined us... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Didn't mean to step on you there. So for those that are joining us, that's the way to get to Paradox Cave. And that's a small key to Ice Palace in the big chest. But you need the mirror from the desert main entrance. That's where Hookshot Cave is. And then basically you take that route to get to the Mire area walking as a bunny. That'll dump you out at floating island, and then that will get you to the Moon Pearl.
Alright, FEARAgent clears out as much of pod as possible at the moment. And will be proceeding in the Dark World. I imagine this is going to be, maybe grabbing the blacksmith and then potentially checking Peg Cave or things along those lines.
I mean, you kind of need a hammer to check Peg Cave, but sure, we can work with that.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what you're talking about. I just realized that the bottom of Paradox Cave connected to our isolated ledge.
Mm-hmm. And and Vertz unfortunately not realizing he's stuck.
And so with the mirror, that lets you access another little area, though you can also access that from the top of Death Mountain. Just depends on what's more...
Wait!
Speaking of hammer...
Wait! The Smiths just gave up their hammer?
I mean, I don't know how they're going to work. Maybe they're not allowed to work right now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop that now.
Yeah, probably a good idea. So about that hammer peg check you were talking about.
I mean, I knew exactly what I was talking about. I don't know what you're thinking. Vertz went through Hookshot Cave a while back. Actually didn't check any of the chests despite having the hookshot, and just went through it because of some hearts issues and wanted to go fill up, and he's like, oh, I'll check the entrance. That's a bad idea because he got locked out, and he just has not remembered to go back for Hookshot Cave. And that Hookshot Cave contains the mirror and a pod big key. But the mirror is necessary for the Moon Pearl, as well as another glove. I guess technically the other glove doesn't require the mirror.
No, because the top of Super Bunny Cave... Yeah, that was Sick Kid. And you can talk to Sick Kid as a bunny. So, in terms of go mode, we need bow, big key to desert, and flippers. And technically a lamp, but, I mean, again, technically. We also...
So you'll want the, you could expect to find the boots at some point, but yeah. So if I were FEARAgent right now, my rear end would be beelining it so hard for Ganon's tower, you don't even know. Because of that hammer, giving us access to the left side. It's pretty solid. We do need the entrance to Ice Palace. We've yet to locate that. Yeah, GT is the main entrance of Hyrule Castle. Yes, you do need the 7 crystals to defeat Ganon. You do not necessarily need to clear out Ganon's tower completely, because Ganon is actually in this seed, in the Lost Woods, so you just need to get the 7 crystals and go beat him.
Yep. Now, sometimes there may be something on the pyramid where you need to beat Agate 2 for it, but we have the Hyrule Castle key, and it's... Well, that's interesting. The bunny changed color when they got the Titan's mitts.
Neat.
Oh, by the way, we found Ice Palace.
Yep, there's Ice Palace. I was going to say, I think Pod's probably Ice Palace, but I didn't say it out loud because I am a wimp. Anyway. So really all we're missing are the flippers and the Desert Palace big key. The game would expect you to have the Ice Palace big key to beat Ice, but nobody cares. No. Unfortunately, we do not have the Cane of Samaria, so we're not going to be able to use the glorious Icebreaker clip that people have come up with. Unfortunately, the pearl isn't actually on the floating island. It's in what's it called? The checkerboard cave that is at the top of Paradox Cave, so there's no way that Vertz could have seen the pearl. Right, and FEARAgent doing the Ice Palace bomb jump like it's 2 weeks ago or something. I'm just kidding. The Lumberjack tree unfortunately can't have a dungeon in it because it's a dropped, sort of a separate category.
Yep. All of the drop points have a door connected to them, and so in Entrance Randomizer, those are in their own pool, essentially.
Did just look like Vertz found out the hard way that Kiki does not follow the bunny.
Nope.
Right, Vertz is obviously spending a little time thinking about what needs to be done here.
There's another GT small key.
Speaking of GT, it looks like Vertz might actually be heading that direction. Nope, he's headed west around Hyrule Castle. I don't know exactly what's going on here.
He's used this path a couple of times to get over to this area as fast as he can.
Alright, FEARAgent about to acquire the iced tea room contents.
Which has a
vanilla small key. Okay.
Vanilla in its dungeon, and also vanilla in the chest that it's located in.
There you go. Yeah, so one thing is about those keys, you can actually tell that when the key is going to be vanilla based on the color. The vanilla keys are going to be slightly darker than the normal keys.
Now, of course, Fear doesn't. We have not found the ice big key, so won't be able to do that. So, time for Cold Stare.
We're applying a little bit of additional magic before applying as many fire rod shots as we can get, and then just beat downs with the tempered sword. Oh, we found ourselves a hype cave.
We found ourselves a hype cave.
Where the heck was that?
Bottom of Dark Death Mountain East.
Oh. And that is a place where the bunny can get the first item, but not the rest.
Nope. Alright, so that's Ice Palace done for FEARAgent. Minus a big chest that... Well, let's just not talk about that possibility.
Alright, Vertz still headed north, once again heading west through this forgotten highway, I guess. I mean, that's a Super Metroid term, but sure. Maybe it's like forgotten slow way. It's not really that much slower. The breeze way? Okay, I'll take it. Alright, FEARAgent entering the brewery. We checked this. We saw this place a long time ago. But, you know, we were a bunny with no mirror. Ah, yes, the archery game. One of my favorite places to pick up money in this game, in the at least cross keys. No real reason to go for money right now.
Nah, $1,400, you're good. What does Fear need for go mode? We need a bow, we need some flippers, and we need a big key to desert.
Yep.
And I think it's time for some GT action.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ganon's Tower. We don't have a big key guessing game because we found it pretty stinking early. It was in Blind's Hut.
Also, hey, there's a shovel. So both torches have an items today.
Yep. I would not be terribly surprised to find boots over here on the left side. Specifically in the map chest. Oh, good lord, he's got all the GT keys while I wasn't looking.
We were talking about mimic clips earlier. I mean, if he wanted a mimic clip, he could... Well, no, he still can't do right side.
Yeah, but you could definitely go up the top at least. And at this point, I would be considering trying to do Mimic Clip, though I would take about an hour to do it.
Well, there's the big key to Ice Palace. Vertz,
okay, so the boots are now in the big chest of Ice Palace.
Okay, Vertz, keep going. Go south. Go south, then west. Go south, then... Nope, that's not west. That's not west. There's sticks.
So, if the 10 arrows are sticks, can the bombs be stones?
Sure.
And then we can break some people's bones?
That works. Bombos, cash, piece of heart, loopy. Well, see, the thing is that it was like a thing TJ Maelstrom came up with of that, you know, if you find a whole bunch of red or blue things, we would say this seed brought to you by red things or this seed brought to you by blue things. So coming up with quick things to say, I said sticks for arrows, but the thing is the bombs count as a blue thing. That was a lot more explanation than probably was needed.
Alright, FEARAgent, going to the big chest of Ganon's Tower. If you're a fan of this chest, these are one of the few times you'll get to see it.
It's still...
The most beautiful chest of all time! The useless Hyrule Castle map.
Oh...
And it's time for some Ice Armos.
Gonna use Fire Rod, which I didn't know it was a thing, but okay.
Yeah, Fire Rod will do some reasonable damage to Ice Armos. Yeah. Best idea here is probably spinning with the Tempered Sword, or maybe very quick slashes. Yeah, Blue Cane would have been great without all the magic being used. Vert's gonna head into the left side of GT. I guess he's just looking at the torch. There's not much else he can do here.
Nope, he's gonna need the hammer. Alright. $20. Cane of Samaria. $20. Hey! This Ice Armor was brought to you by Red Thing. Red Things, consider the color of winners. Where blue's the color of losers. Red Things.
I mean, speaking of red things, how about right side?
How about
Right
right
side
side?
GT. I mean, that does also give us access to quite a few locations in, say, Turtle Rock or Misery Mire. But I feel like right side, since it's right here, is a pretty good call.
Alright, we got the Big Heated Desert. Wow!
Okay.
How about that logic?
And there we go. FEARAgent is going to go ahead and peace out from there. Don't blame him at all. When you're only looking for the bow and the flippers, you don't want to go to a place where the bow can't be. Though I guess theoretically a bow could be there. You could have the second bow up GT.
Although I think Fear is probably going to check Catfish here. Could also mirror and check Zora, because he hasn't done that yet.
That is the end of Spiral Cave. I don't think we've seen the front of Spiral Cave.
No, I don't think we have.
Which at this point I have to assume is like Ganon's tower. I mean, maybe not for real, but could be.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, guys.
He might be doing it. He
Vertz
might
is
be
going
doing
west. He's still going west.
Meanwhile, Fear checking Catfish. He's pulled out the book. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
All right, Vertz. Well played. Finally getting over here. Vertz goes west to Zelda Star.
And Rage Slashes will induce in 3, 2, 1. Or not.
Vertz is like, I could have used those about 8 years ago.
It would have been useful.
Alright, so now Vertz is going to be going the same way he always does to go through Paradox Cave. Just going to take a little bit. He is going the correct direction. He needs to go through Paradox Cave to get to the top of the mountain and mirror up there to get the Moon Pearl.
Nice use of the hook shot to dodge the murder dactyl.
I imagine the intention with that first shot was to actually kill the murder dactyl, but you know what? You do what you can. Alright, FEARAgent gonna deal with Desert Palace.
So Fear is just the bow and flippers from go mode at this point.
Yeah, and you know, if I'm FEARAgent, the first thing I do is I go finish all the dungeons that I can. And so he's going to be doing this. He's probably going to go do Pod, finish that out. He's probably going to finish Eastern as well.
Reminder, he needs the bow.
I am a dumb.
No, you're not. You just forget.
I played Randomizer yesterday.
Alright, ammo down. And red shirt.
See, this is like the only property in which going down in a red shirt means you're safer.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the guy on the left diminished? Because there are some very talented people who make very interesting sprites for this game. And you can switch them out sort of at your whim.
Mm-hmm.
One fun thing that Randomizer has is this mode where when you get hit, your sprite changes.
That is a thing. That is a thing.
It also doubles the size of your ROM because it has so much extra data in it.
T-Rex in chat asking about us with Hookshot Cave. So, essentially, you need the book to go through the front door of Desert. That gets you to Hookshot Cave. That's where the mirror is. You do the trek that Vertz has been doing to go through Spectacle Rock, which then dumps you out into the mire area, which then you take the mire or other mire shed through Paradox Cave. That gets you to the top of Death Mountain. You then mirror, and then oh hey.
Yeah. See, I think though at some point there's a step in there that goes through the top of Hyrule Castle's area.
Oh yeah,
and that. Vertz could really like save some time by just starting from Sank and mirroring.
Thing is, he hasn't had the mirror until now.
Oh
so.
yeah, I'm a dumb and a half.
Sorry, I'm not, dude. I'm not trying to.
No, but I am actually a dumb and a half. So there we go. I just wrote a song today called "All Aboard the Derp Express," which is going to be my theme song. Anyway.
Anyway, FEARAgent has now been to Hype Cave
And we're gonna get to see the back of it.
because Vertz was a bunny the first time. Red thing sticks. Red thing, red thing.
I don't want none of them red things.
I told you, red was the color of winners.
But yeah, I don't want them. I want a blue and I want a yellow, which I guess makes me Michigan, and that makes me the worst.
Yeah, actually it does. Alright. Oh hey, we had a piece of heart from when we pulled the dam a long time ago.
Alright, FEARAgent going to the back of Turtle Rock. Looks like we're gonna get a Trinex fight.
Side note, for those that also just joined us, this technically is also a pedestal seed, because there's a small key to pod on the pedestal. I say technically because, well, our runners know how to work around that problem.
Yeah, so interesting here, this Trinex fight is a twofer. You're gonna get 2 checks out of this, one being Trinex and one being the green pendant. Something you can turn in Sahasrara. Another thing, it immediately drops you at the front entrance of Turtle Rock, which you can walk back into and get 3 more chests.
Alright, phase 1 done. And try next down.
There we go. Alright, Vertz checking the ether tablet for that 3 hundo.
Speaking of which, there's ether.
Lol. Well, that gives us access to the Misery Mire entrance.
Also, apparently, the Turtle Rock entrance.
And as I stated before, FEARAgent was dropped right at the entrance to Turtle Rock, so he can just go ahead and grab both of these rooms. Though it wasn't particularly far to get from Laser Bridge to the front to begin with. So, as far as the Moon Pearl goes, Vertz is actually fairly close to it in physical proximity, but he's got to go through some convoluted process to get there. It is in the top of Paradox Cave entrance.
Okay, we had another...
Yep, that was another vanilla small key that was slightly discolored. I believe that is the chest that actually contains it.
That's what I was trying to remember.
I could be wrong.
Hey!
I've only run NMG like once. There's the bow.
Archer class achieved.
Alright, so now where are the flippers? That is the big question of the day. So again, I knew what I was talking about. He's gonna go clear Pod and Eastern.
Just took you a bit, but... Oh, Vertz is on the right track again.
Vertz will definitely find the Moon Pearl in a couple of minutes. Or a couple of seconds, even. He's literally heading right there.
Yep.
There we go.
At the 2-hour mark, finally gets its Moon Pearl, and there's the Rage Slash.
Oh boy. It takes a special kind of fortitude to deal with 2-hour moon pearls. And Vertz, I salute you.
Mm-hmm. Also, I've been there.
All right. FEARAgent heading to the boss. Good old-fashioned Armos. As of right now, we do not have a second bow. So there's no silvers going on, but Master Sword Silver, or not Master Sword, Tempered Sword Silverless is something I expect both of these runners to be perfectly capable of. Setting up for a nice quick kill here on Armos, and there it just a big 20. Oh, and that once Eastern and Pot are finished, that will give us access to the good old-fashioned big bomb.
What's really filthy is the flippers could be there.
Yep.
I mean, okay, granted, I don't remember if... Well, no, I don't think any of those of the Zora stuff we've checked. I don't think there was actually anything of worth. So, yeah, probably could. Flippers could be there.
I mean, FEARAgent actually already did Hype Cave now as well, so unfortunately, that's not an advantage that Vertz has either.
No. Like, we don't like... Usually at this point, we don't like saying who's in go mode until, you know, or say who's ahead until, like, we're in go mode. But the thing is, at this point, Vertz unfortunately has burnt so much time trying to find that moon pearl that, like, we're kind of at a point right now where it's simply a matter of process of elimination. Like, FEARAgent has so few things left to do than what Vertz has.
I mean, let's be fair. Like, last locationing a required mirror is essentially a death sentence in cross keys.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so much that the mirror unlocks, and there's so much in the vicinity that it doesn't, so you still go through the areas checking things, but you don't get to check all the things, so you have to come back and check more things with the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of bad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's nothing against Vertz. Vertz did an admirable job of checking all these locations and figuring out where he was going. Just had that one spot slip his mind. And that's the sort of thing that can happen when you get kicked out of a connector. And just forget about it.
Yeah, words. Rick said in chat, I think the takeaway from this whole week is to have a reliable tracker and take good notes. Side note, there's the big key to Hera.
Okay. Interesting. That actually puts that crystal we got in logic. Now, the thing is, the big key to Hera, that big chest could contain the flippers. We still don't know where they are. Alright, so it looks like FEARAgent's gonna maybe check some more entrances here. We might be checking the Misery Mire entrance.
We've already seen Catfish. There's nothing there.
We have a dark room. This appears to be the Death Mountain Return Cave. Coming from the east side, I believe. So yeah, basically, as far as logic goes, the only thing you worry about is don't check things that require the flippers in logic, because you ain't gonna find your flippers there. FEARAgent also going to be able to check the Turtle Rock entrance here. So yeah, that was a really nice route on FEARAgent's part. Thinking, okay, I could check the Mire entrance, I can go right through the Paradox Cave and just head and check Turtle Rock entrance. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vitreous is a thing. That can be a thing. And I don't think FEARAgent has turned in the green pendant yet.
Nope.
Chest game.
For the last
bees!
More bees.
Bees!
More bees.
Additional bees. What's this? A rando seed woefully underpopulated by bees? A large influx of bees will put a stop to that. Anyway.
Anywho.
Yeah, it's some kind of footwear for go mode, that's correct.
And,
looks like we're going back to GT.
Looks like we're going back to GT, which means...
Oh, he's going tile room right now.
And then,
And perhaps upstairs.
Probably run the gauntlet after... Yeah, he probably runs the gauntlet after that.
Alright, Vertz has located the dam. FEARAgent doing some nice boomerang strats here to get rid of the tiles.
Very interesting.
Yeah. You don't use your sword here because it activates the fire shooters.
There's the last Turtle Rock small key.
So that puts the green pendant in logic, technically.
Vert's gonna turn in Jeremiah, and we'll get Jeremiah's hammer.
I don't think the blacksmith was vanilla, was it?
Nope. A fortune teller house, I think.
He's like, wait a minute here. One thing about entrance is, in entrance, the blacksmith will follow you into a lot more places.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that the blacksmith will just follow you, period. In entrance, until you pick up someone else. So, like, you could end up picking up Kiki, and that would get rid of it. Picking up a crystal will actually get rid of it. Various other things. There we go. Vertz acquires the hammer. The lamp is on the torch in Desert Palace.
Yeah, so we have a torch on a torch situation.
So that, of course, does beg the question: where are the boots? And I have no idea.
Nope.
Yes, that is going to be required for the pod boss in Logic. Incidentally, it's not required for Trinex in this seed.
Nope.
But it is still required for Vitreous as well.
Alright. Yeah, without the boots, that room's a little harder than normal.
Alright, so FEARAgent refills the magic and health, and so we're about to reach the 4 chests at the top of Ganon's tower.
Oh!
Well, we've got that backup magic here.
Let's try this again.
Once more with no failing.
I thought that was
Big 20.
Big 20. I thought that was once more with feeling.
Maybe.
Anyway, pair of big 20s. $50.
Once more with fearing. I like it.
Hey, that works. Alright, Troll Worm's last possession is...
Oh, mushroom. Okay. FEARAgent now heading into
Hera.
Tower of Hera.
He's got the
We
big
saw him
key.
beat this.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also had the small key a long time ago. I guess he just didn't do this.
Yeah, because, well, he had the small key, but then he just Hera-potted to go for the boss, and then never came back to do this. Yeah,
And I can understand not wanting to do to do Hera Tower Room first thing, but, could be a thing. Could be flippers. Looks like FEARAgent might have gone with my strat of running to the bathroom real quick. Maybe. Who knows?
Hey!
It is flippers!
2 hours, 15 minutes, 38 seconds. FEARAgent is mercifully in go mode.
Oh boy. There we go. Flippers. Yeah, FEARAgent could have had those flippers a while back, actually. But then, if I had the flippers then, I would have been tempted to go to, like, Swamp and stuff like that. And clearly, Swamp is not a big deal today. Though, you could end up with Swamp holding those boots or various things we're looking for. Because those flippers were available very early. I think FEARAgent might have slightly mismarked the tracker for where Swamp was. Turns out it's actually over to the left at the Dark Chapel location.
There
but I
we
mean,
go.
This is just... He's got to do Swamp and then he goes to Ganon. So this is going to be quick.
Yep.
All right, Vertz is entering Hera again. He unfortunately does not have the small key. He's entering Hera for the first time, actually. Oh, there's the powder. Sure. Game. All right, we're going to see some new tech here. I don't know which setup he's going to use. Looks like a cane setup.
I really got Lauren Diver down.
Yeah, it's reasonably simple to execute.
Oh, hey, there's Silvers.
There you go. That is a good reason to check some of these chests along the way. And so now the Ganon fight will be even quicker. He does have 6 arrows. Hopefully he doesn't end up using more than that.
Which, because of that, he's going to pull out the Fire Rod as opposed to Silver Arrows for this second phase. The other bow was in the front chest of Turtle Rock. But that is 7 crystals for FEARAgent, so it's time for the big pig!
Mm-hmm. Bacon is about to occur.
And not a moment too soon, because it's bedtime here.
You are not wrong. FEARAgent mirroring to the light world immediately as the Lost Woods hideout holds our good old porcine friend. Oh, bees time. Ganon with particularly relevant advice for today. Yeah, that's the thing with cross keys. You get a ton of hearts and a ton of items all over the place. All right, Ganon is on to the final phase.
Just a bit outside of the torch glitch. Hopefully he still has a potion.
I'm not sure how that second arrow that he shot earlier didn't work, but there we go.
There we go.
Finishes it off.
Just has to wait for the cutscene to finish. And then he and the bee will walk through the door, and FEARAgent finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 22 minutes, and 49 seconds. Spam those GGs in chat.
And it does look like rather shortly afterwards, Vertz threw in the proverbial towel here. Yeah.
Understandably.
And probably the actual towel, and basically anything else that you could possibly throw at this point. That's how I'd be feeling at this point.
Exactly. So, we are going to be joined by both FEARAgent and Vertz. GG's to both of you.
Hey, GG's.
Hey, thank you, GG.
So, Vertz, how you feeling, man?
Annoyed.
I believe it.
Yeah, when I went to Hookshot Cave, I don't know why I just walked on through it. When we were talking about it, Jex, in the SRL chat room, you were saying like, "Oh, you went in there with 1 heart, so you probably went and got health." But like, really, I should have just gotten the items, and that would have saved me a lot of time. So I was upset.
I mean, that was the only thing we could come up with.
Yeah, we were thinking
maybe
you were going to go grab the health in the back and then come back out, but then it was like, no, you're going to the back. No, don't do the thing.
Yep, got tricked.
I mean, the way to get to that Moon Pearl was just particularly nasty.
Yes. Yeah, by the time I realized what I had done, I was like, oh no, it's far too late now. So it goes.
So, go ahead.
Fear, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Well, no, let me take that back. I feel great because Team Kappa is on top. I mean, the Lost Woods division. Oh wait, that's the division we're in, right? Lost Woods division is basically locked up now because nobody can stop Team Kappa. So, sorry, Vertz.
Oh boy.
Yep, all good.
So, remind me. I think we may have just seen it, but where was the Tower of Hera small key?
It was super early. I had it when I went into Tower of Hera, and you know what's funny about that is, I did Hera pretty early. I didn't have the big key, so I just Hera potted it. And last week, for Mystery Seed, I had cross keys. It was all dungeons cross keys, and my go mode was also in the basement of Hera. So you think I would learn by now not to skip the basement of Hera, but no, I still haven't learned. I made relatively minor skips, like Tower Room and whatnot. Thinking, I only need a couple items here or there, and of course, it was one of the skips that I made. But it all worked out. I felt really good because I feel like I got that Moon Pearl relatively early.
Oh yeah. I believe the time difference between you getting the Moon Pearl and your opponent was about an hour and a half.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah, your opponent got the Moon Pearl at exactly 3 seconds after 2-hour mark.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was not nice.
So,
Did not like.
So the boots were logically required in this seed to complete Pod and Eastern.
Yep.
Where were those boots? I'm guessing they're flippers locked, right? They must be in Swamp or over in Dark
I'm
Shopping Mall.
Swamp,
I
that.
didn't do Dark Shopping Mall or any of that
I think
stuff.
Dark Shopping Mall wasn't technically flippers locked because there was a connector to there.
Was there? What was the connector to there?
I don't know what it was, but I know Vertz found it.
Yes.
Yes, I think it was the back of Old Man Cave.
Oh yeah, I never went back.
Right.
That's why I usually check the back of Old Man Cave before.
But that's behind the lamp.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And so it's still flippers locked.
Yeah, so it must have been Swamp then.
Yeah, but definitely could have been in Swamp. I actually definitely agree with your decision to open the random chests on the way through Swamp there.
Yeah, they're free. They're totally free. And honestly, what I was trying to do, I wasn't really looking for silvers. Those were a nice benefit. I was trying to get my collection rate up. Because if you see that, like when I was going to Turtle Rock to finish off Trinex, there's that heart piece that was sitting there, and I want to say it was at like 16 hearts, and I just got a heart refill, and I was like, you know what? I better pick this up. I need one more item in my collection rate. So I just happened to find silvers along the way as I was trying to pad my collection rate.
Wow.
I was worried though because I got to Lost Woods so late. Like the save and quit spots were terrible.
Yeah, real bad. Not fun.
So trying to get back to Kakariko or Lost Woods took me forever, and after I got the hook shot,
that glove and the I think the Thieves Town small key and some other big key was there.
Right. Yeah, I found the Thieves Town or was it the
I found small quite a bit after beating Thieves Town.
Yeah, that was a little fun. It was almost, it felt like I got it like right after I beat Thieves Town too. So I was like, oh, that's nice. And then I beat Ice Palace and went to GT because that was just the most dense area at this point. And then I get the Ice Palace big key, and I was like, great. So I've got like
I have
all
a theory
these
that the boots are actually in the Ice Palace big chest. That's my theory.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because that chest in GT where the big key was can be accessed with the boots otherwise. And so the game had to give you other access to that area to make sure you could get to the boots. Anyway.
Yeah, it was ridiculous that we had a bootsless seed in a seed that actually was logically required to have the boots. So that's kind of funny. I also did take a bathroom break on my Hera my hair, second dip to
There
hair.
we go.
I was dying.
I said that on the commentary. It's like, I think he did the strat I do, which is go to the bathroom for a second here.
All right. Well, gentlemen, any final thoughts before we wrap up shop here?
Yeah. Go ahead, Vertz.
I was just gonna say I need to play more than 6 cross keys seed in my life and learn more things and just do better. But it was fun once I found the Moon Pearl. I was like, oh, duh, okay. Just like, I knew I lost, just wanted to keep going.
Vertz, I have bad news for you. It doesn't get any better after 6.
Everyone needs more cross keys in their life. Maybe. Anyway.
Yeah, I love cross keys. It's basically all I'm playing right now. I'm not the greatest cross keys player, but I've been playing it a lot. So it's probably, well, it's the only mode I really run right now, just because I don't have a lot of time to run a lot of different modes. So when I play, I'm just like, let's do cross keys.
Oh yeah, run the one that takes the longest.
That's right. Get it all in there.
And I mean, that's a better time than I think I've ever pulled in a cross key seed. So good.
Thanks. I guess the last thing I'll say is the Lost Woods division better watch out, because the Team Kappa train's rolling on through this division.
Yeah, we gotta. It certainly feels like we've got a collision course with Team Kappa, and Feraime will do an interview if we win.
Hey, I will do everything in my power to prevent that interview. We're starting to think playoffs, so we might rest a couple players.
Mm-hmm.
We might take a couple weeks off and just kind of coast here into the playoffs. We don't want to be too worn out. We want to keep Gamma and One Up nice and healthy as we make that run through the playoffs, because this division, it's Team Kappa's, baby.
All right. Well, FEARAgent, Vertz, thank you both so much for the race that you guys put on for us tonight. Everyone, please be sure to get both of them follows on Twitch for this entertainment tonight. You're gonna give us another shout out, giving our shout out to our tracker Yoinker's wife. Always does a great job keeping track of all the madness we find along the way. And Dr. Bob Tastic, I always love having you in the commentary booth.
Same to you, Jex Refi. Thanks so much for joining me. And thank you to everyone watching for joining us here on this wonderful seed that thoroughly destroyed everyone's brain. And of course,
Pretty much.
Thanks once again to our runners for enduring all of that brain torture for our amusement.
Team Kappa, coming. We're coming.
All right. So with that, for FEARAgent, aka Vince McMahon, Vertz, Yoinker's wife, and Dr. Bob Tastic, I am Jex Refi. Thank you all so much for watching and enduring this. I am going to bed. We'll see you next mission.
Good night, everybody.